Now find the intercepts. And find the x-intercepts, y-intercepts. Okay, try it. Okay, now let me do it on board. For the intercepts, based on definition, it's a point, right? The curve cross over or touches the axis. So x-axis, this is x-axis. This is a y-axis, right? So the curve touches or cross over x-axis or y-axis, gonna be these 3 points, right? 1, 2, 3. Right? Do you guys agree? Touches or cross over the x-axis or y-axis, right? So we have 3 points, right? 3 points. So for the intercept, gonna be for this point is what? 0, 1, right? It's a point. And this point is what? 1, 0. And this point is 3, 0. Very straightforward, right? For x-intercept, is the curve crossover or touches x-axis, right? X-axis, how many points? Just 2 points, right? 2 points. So for the x-intercept, it's only about x coordinates. It's a value. It's another point. So here is a 1 and 3. We have 2 x-intercepts. For the y-intercept, just about the y-axis, right? The curve crosses over or touches y-axis. 1 point. That is 1, right? That is 1. That's it. Very simple and straightforward, as long as you understand the definition, right? Now let's try another one. And this one will be a little bit tougher. Okay, given this curve, okay, we have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Now find the intercepts, x-intercepts, y-intercepts. It's like a caterpillar. Is that like a caterpillar? It is. Okay, there you go. Are you done? Are you done? How are you? Good. Great, great. I'm gonna write down the answer on board. So let me write down the answer on board for the intercepts. It's always about the curve crossover or touches x-axis or y-axis, right? So the curve crossover or touches x-axis, that is what? 1, 2, right? You guys agree? Crossover or touches. And for the y-axis, how many points? Crossover touches 3 points. The total 5 points, right? X here, for the y, 1, 2, 3. Right? Just use your pencil, put there, take a look whether the curve crosses or touches this x-axis or y-axis. I think it should be very straightforward, right? You can easily find these 5 points. Okay, after you find these 5 points, just write down the coordinates, right? Coordinates. So for the first point is -1, 0. Second point, 2, 0. For the third point, 0, -1. This point is 0, 1. The last one is 0, 3. Right? And for the x-intercept, it's only about the x-axis, right? So how many points? These 2 points, and the value is -1 and 2. Is this it? And for the y-intercept, 3 points, right? 3 points. 3 points. So that is -1, 1, and 3. Okay, did you get it? Understood? Do you want more examples or just move on? You want to move on or just move on? Okay, let's move on. It's not too hard, right? So previously, I gave you guys a bunch of examples about a curve. I gave you a curve, and you guys find the intercepts from the curve, right? Now, if I give you a function, okay, if I give you a function, how to get the intercepts, how to get the intercepts, okay? For example, find the x intercept, y intercept, and the intercepts of the graph y equals 2x minus 1. Okay, so if I give you a function like y equals 2x minus 1, how to find the intercept? One way is just to draw the picture of this function. And you draw a picture, you know that is the line equation. You draw a picture, then you can find the x-intercept or y-intercept or intercept, right? Just follow the previous way. However, we have more convenient way to find the intercepts. Just use the property of intercepts. For example, for these points, for the x-intercept, what kind of property they have? For the x-intercept, that we have 2 points, right? It's just 2 points. This is the x-intercept, 2 points on the x-axis, right? So what kind of properties they have? If a point located on x-axis, if 2 points located on x-axis, what kind of property you can think? If the point is on the x-axis, that means what? That means y equals what? It's very clever. That's the point. So if we wanted to calculate the x-intercept, we just let y equals 0. That's the strategy. Okay? That's the strategy. Let y equals 0. Okay? Then we plug in y equals 0 here. Right? And we're gonna get what? 2x minus 1 equals 0. Right? We just let y equals 0, plug in the y equals 0 here, and we're gonna get 2x minus 1 equals 0. Right? And then we can solve it. So plus add 1 for both sides, we're gonna get 2x equals 1. Divided by 2 for both sides, we're gonna 1/2. Okay, I jump a little bit because we already did a bunch of times. So I jump a little bit. Okay, do you guys understand what I'm doing here? Just add the 1 for both sides and divide by 2. Okay, so I jump. Now this guy is the x-intercept. Okay, x-intercept. Now how to find the y-intercept? How to, very good, good job. Let's go to the y-intercept point. These 3 points, right? These 3 points corresponding to these 3 points, right? And we can easily see this 3 point has a common property. The x value always equals 0, right? Right. So for the y-intercept, x equals 0, and plugging in to here, right? And so we have 2 times 0 minus 1 equals -1. You see it? And this guy is y-intercept. Y-intercept. Okay. And now for the intercepts, gonna be the combination of these 2 points. Okay, intercept's gonna be the combination of these 2 points. So the first point is starts with x coordinate 1/2 and 0. Okay, starts with the x coordinate 1/2 and 0. And the second point is starts with the x coordinate 0, -1. All right, just combine these 2 points, we're gonna get the intercepts. Clear? Very good. Understood. Now I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let you guys try it. Okay. I want to make sure everybody can make it. It's not too hard. Okay. Now try to find the intercept of try this one for me. X-intercepts, y-intercepts, and intercepts. Okay. You guys are not so excited because this class is too early for us. I don't think so. Honestly, you do. All right, guys. I want all the students on the Zoom, please type your full name in the chat. Please type your full name in the chat. I want to check your attendance, okay? I think I have 17 students. Your full name, okay? Thank you. Okay, I think most of you guys already get it. So let's take a look at this problem. In order to get x intercepts, that means what? We let y equals 0. Y equals 0. Plug in here, and we're gonna get negative x plus 3 equals 0. Right? And then we solve this equation. How to solve it? Just remove this constant, subtract 3 for both sides. We got negative x equals negative 3 divided by negative 1 equals 3. Right? And that guy is the x-intercept. And for the y-intercept, that is x equals 0. X equals 0, right? And we have what? We have that equals 3, right? Plug in. And that guy is the y-intercept. Now, for the intercepts, just combine these 2 points, right? Write down the coordinates. Start with the x coordinate, 3, 0. And here x coordinate is 0, 3. That's it. Now let's try a little bit of tough one. Okay, let's try a little bit of tough one. For example, I give you guys a function like that. Okay. Now I would like to solve these problems by myself. Okay. So that is a typical example of the quadratic function x squared minus 4. How to find the intercept? Well, follow the same procedure. For the x-intercept, we just let y equals 0. Okay, y equals 0, and plug in, we get. Okay, now my question is, after we plug in y equals 0, and the function becomes x squared minus 4 equals 0, right? How to solve it? That's the quadratic equation, right? We learned before. Now, my question is, how to solve this quadratic equation? We learned 3 methods. Did you forget everything? Yes, so for this type of problem, what kind of method would you use? Good job, square root method. Very smart, very smart. Okay, good job. You still remember it. Okay, fantastic. So for the square root method, we're gonna put all the constant to the right-hand side. So x squared minus 4 equals 0. That means plus 4 for both sides. X squared equals 4. So what's the root for this guy? X squared equals 4. What's the root? Who can tell me? X squared equals 4. What is x? Good job, good job. Do you guys agree or not? Agree? Very good. A lot of, in the last class, a lot of students still gave me the 2. They forget the negative. Okay. I bet some of you will give me the same answer. You don't ask. Okay. Already forget the negative value. It should be a positive or negative. Okay. Because the p-value is 4. So we can write that as like that. Okay, be careful of the negative value. I bet some of you already forget it. Probably just give me the 2. Okay, that's not right. It's incomplete. Okay. Now square root of 2 is square root of 4 is 2, right? So I have 2 solutions. One is -2, another one is 2. Okay, both of them are the x-intercept. Okay, x-intercept. Now for the y-intercept, we just let x equals 0. Right? X equals 0. So we have what? 0 squared minus 4. Plug in, right? Plug in. We get y equals -4, right? -4. So the intercept gonna be the combination of all these points. Should be -2, 0, 2, 0, and 0, -4. Okay, that's it. That's it. Any questions so far? You guys so silent. Okay. If you have any question, just stop me. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you guys an example. I want you guys to try this one for me. Try this function for me. Find the x-intercepts, y-intercepts, and the intercepts. Okay, try it by yourself. You are thinking. Did you get the answer for the x-intercept? What is x-intercept? -3/2. That's not right. That's supposed to be 2x intercepts. Good job. Good job. Fantastic. I have a very, very smart student here. You did a very good job. Okay, I'm gonna write down the answer on board. Let's do it together. Okay. For the x-intercept, we just let y equals 0. Right? That means what? That means this guy equals 0. How to solve this guy? Quadratic formula, right? I think everybody should know it because we just finished our test 1. A, B, C. Right? Now follow 3 steps. B squared minus 4AC. Plug in -2 squared. 4 times 1 times -3. And 4, -4 times -3. 12, 16. Greater than 0. That means we have 2 roots. Just follow the formula. Okay. And this guy, -2, square positive, 16, 2 times AA is 1. Right? And that can be simplified, negative, positive. So I have 2 solutions. So one is x1, 2 minus 4 divided by 2, -2 to -1. Another one is 2 plus 4 divided by 2. And 6 divided by 2, 3. All right, so we get 2 solutions. And for the y-intercept, we just let x equals 0. All right, we plug in y equals 0 squared minus 2, 0, minus 3. And equals -3. So the intercept gonna be what? Intercept, the combinations should be -1, 0, 3, 0, 0, -3. Okay, 3 points. These 2, right? These 2, and this point, 0, -3. Okay, that's it. Do you want more examples or just move on? More example or just move on? More? Okay. Let's try another one, okay? Let's try another one. The most important thing for you guys is still this guy, right? It's a quadratic formula, right? So now I'm gonna give you guys another one. X squared minus the x minus 4. Try it again, okay? Okay, I'm gonna write down the answer on board. Okay, follow the strategy. X intercept y equals 0, right? Y equals 0. So we have what? X squared minus 3x equals 0. And then A equals 1, B equals -3, C equals -4. We calculate the B square minus 4AC, -3 square, -4. So 9, 16, 25. So what I want to say, we need the, this is the two roots. We need this formula. Right? And the B is -3, positive, -25, 2 times 1. Right? And again, we have 3, positive, -5 divided by 2. Now, x1, -2, -1, x2, 3 plus 5, 8 divided by 4. Okay, we have the 2x intercept. Now we're gonna check y-intercept. For the y-intercept, we just let x equals 0. X equals 0. So we plug in y equals -4. And for the intercept, just combine these two, right? Combine these two, we're gonna have -1, 0, 4, 0, 0, -4. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, let's move on. I think it's time for us to move on, right? Today we're also gonna learn a new stuff, a very new stuff. We're gonna learn the slope of an equation. Okay, so let's take a look. The definition of the slope. Let P x1, y1 and the Q x2, y2 be 2 points, distinct points if x1 doesn't equals x2, the slope m of the non-vertical line L containing P and Q is defined by the formula m y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1 doesn't equal to x2 if x1 equals x2, then L is a vertical line, and the slope m of L is undefined. Okay, so let's take a look at the definition of a slope. The definition of a slope is always about 2 points. Okay, 2 points. If I give you a 2 point, how to calculate the slope? We're gonna use this coordinate, this 4 coordinate. Let y2 subtract y1. Okay, divided by x2 subtract x1. Okay, and be careful. The condition is x1 doesn't equal x2, right? So my question is, if x1 equals x2, what does that mean? If x1 equals the denominator equals 0, right?
Slope is undefined.
Because denominator equals 0, that means undefined. Denominator never be 0, right? You learned that such a things before, right? So if this guy is equals each other, that means it's undefined. Okay, or the slope is undefined, because when you plug in this formula, you can see that the denominator equals 0. So the slope is undefined. And then for this case, L is a vertical line. Okay, now I'm gonna draw the picture for you guys. Okay, so the first thing I want to draw the general case if x1 doesn't equal to equal x2. So let's take a look. Okay, so we have what? We have we have the line, right? And it's very clearly we can tell the length of this side gonna be x2 minus x1, and the length of this side is y2 minus y1. Okay, y2 minus y1. So the slope means what? Slope means this length divided by this length. So vertical length divided by horizontal length. Okay, so these two lengths. Okay, so now let's take a look. If P1, X1, Y1, P2, X2, Y2. For this case, we can say if X1 equals X2, that means we can construct this line, right? And it's very clearly this line thinks X1 equals X2. They are on the vertical line. Okay, if x1 equals x2, that means they has the same x coordinates, right? X coordinates. So that means they are on the vertical line. Okay, understood? Understood? Okay, so for this case, we're gonna use the slope here, right? We just use this slope. And for this case, M is undefined. Okay, now my question is, So what if y2 equals y1? Do you have any idea? What is the slope for this guy? If these 2 points, I gave you these 2 points, I, P, and Q. If y1 equals y2, what is the slope? Who can tell me what is the slope? If y2 equals y1, what is the slope? Good job, good job. That's it. Just plug in the formula. Should be 0, right? Okay, that's it. And we can draw a picture. For this case, we can draw a picture. P is here, P1 and P2. And the P1 is x1, y1. P2 is x2, y2. All right. And we connect these two because they have the same y value. That means that is a horizontal line. Okay, horizontal line. Do you guys agree? y1 equals y2. So when you construct the line, it should be a horizontal line. Okay. For this case, if it's undefined, that is a vertical line. For m equals 0 should be a horizontal line. So m equals 0 for this case. Okay. If I give you a horizontal line that m equals 0. Okay. If I give you a vertical line that m is undefined. Clear? Do you understand? Very good. Now I want to give you guys an example. Find the slope m of the line containing 1, 2, and 5, -3. Okay, if I give you this point, find the slope. So the first step, you guys need to write down the what? You guys need to write down the x1, y1, x2, y2, right? And then you can plug in the formula. So for this case, x1 equals 1, x2, y2, y1 equals 2. Right? And then what we can do? We can say, hey, here is follow the formula, right? Plug in the formula. And be careful, here's a -3. Subtract y1, y1 is 2. x2, subtract x1, plug in x1. And that guy gonna be -5 divided by 4. So the slope gonna be -5/4. Okay. Now I want you guys to try this one for me. Find the slope between -2, -3, and 1, -1. Okay, try this one for me. Okay, some of you guys already find the answer. Let me try it on board. Okay, so x1 equals -2, y1 equals -3, x2 equals 1, y2 equals -1. Write down the 4 parameters. Okay, so plug in the y2 is -1, subtract y1. Here y1 is -3. Put a parenthesis here. x2 is 1 minus x2 is x1 is a -2, right? Plug in. When you plug in a negative value, put parenthesis there. So -1 plus 3, 1 plus 2. So 2/3. Okay, 2/3. Now let's try the last example. Okay. Try this one for me. This one will be very easy, right? What's your answer? Good job. Good job. Okay. Because what? Because you can see x1 equals -2, y1 equals -3, x2 equals -2, y2 equals 5. So x1 equals x2 equals -2. That means, that means it's what? That means it's this case, right? We just learned. When x1 equals x2, that means it's undefined for this case, right? Or when you plug it in here, you're gonna get the denominator is 0, right? So you can realize that is undefined. So M is undefined. Okay, we are done.